here we are on day 3. It's Wednesday of my 30-ish trip. It is today, let's see what day it is. I think it's the 5th. So I've got 22 days until my birthday. Turning 30. Midlife crisis. Trying to figure out what the fuck's going on in my world. So the past 2 days, Panama City. Had a lot of fun. Spent most of that time just on the beach. I'm not a huge beach person, but it does have healing powers, and it is great to sit down and just watch the waves go by. Panama City is a lot more beautiful of a beach than I remember. Light blue, fading out into that dark blue. Very, very beautiful. Beaches weren't too crowded. You know, coronavirus going on. Nobody sat in front of us. That's cool. So I met this family, Kentucky fans, hit it off great. Hung out with them for a lot of the trip. That was a shit ton of fun. Yeah, great people. Tried oysters yesterday. I don't get the big deal. What's the big deal? It is the cow tongue of the ocean. I don't hate many things, and I'm not saying I hate oysters. It's just I find them pointless. Kind of like most seafood. I'm not a huge seafood person unless it's done well. Seafood is either done extremely well or it's Long John Silver's, in my opinion. You can deep fry it, sure. Oh, have you ever had deep fried fish? Yeah, but it was frozen, had to get there. It's just not the same as fresh. Anyway, soapbox, getting off that. Oysters tasted like mushrooms, which I like mushrooms, but a slimy mushroom, just don't get it. I don't get it. And then I like bit into like a huge chunk of sea salt. I just wasn't happy about that. Did find a pearl in one of them. They're not as pretty as what my grandma wears. That was nice. Yeah, so first 2 days of the trip, haven't done too much like thinking about myself. I have spent it consuming. Consuming the beach and just the time and meeting people and probably meeting coronavirus somewhere along the way. It's Florida. Wore masks and everywhere. They actually did it very well. I was impressed because the Florida people, I don't trust them. As general knowledge. Low rung tier of America. Kidding, that's Mississippi. Yeah, so right now I'm on my way to Crystal River to hopefully see some manatees. Their tours stop at like 4 o'clock, so I doubt I'll be able to take a tour. I'm hoping to just weasel my way in and find some. Obviously, I'll shoot the footage if I can. So yeah, it's been a fun trip so far. Don't know what to expect for today. I don't have too much planned. Hopefully see a friend while I'm down here. And then I'll be off to Ocala, Florida tomorrow. Man, life's different out here. A lot of sun. I feel like the sun gets to these Floridians' heads. I think the sun usually like shrinks raisins. That may be what happens with their brain. I'm not saying I'm a doctor, but I can Google it. I can Google it and see if that's the case. So this is my first train of thought since I've taken this trip about changing careers and I don't want to do, I can do manual labor. I'm a big fella. I'm strong, but you think long term, like once you have kids, like how's your body gonna live up? Do you want back problems? Even worse, I'm gonna have them anyway, but how bad do you want it? I've thought about doing like solar panels and installing those and making a career out of that, because that business is supposed to boom over the next 10 years, but I don't enjoy sales as much. I know it's all about how you look at it. You know, selling people things that they don't need, but if you're selling them something they need, but there's a lot of those cold calls, and it's not a lot of fun. Owning my own business, I don't know what for. I don't know what I'd have. Love social work. It just doesn't pay a lot of money at all. Now I live in Nashville, which I prefer to live in Nashville. The price of living is pretty high, pretty steep. I was surprised to see how much they don't pay more in Nashville compared to other places. Blew my mind, actually. Be a trucker, keep traveling that way. Easy job, and then you just sit on your ass. That doesn't sound that fulfilling. How do you find that medium ground when you don't have a dream? Growing up, you always say, I wanted to be a Power Ranger. I never once said I wanted to be a doctor, a lawyer, a firefighter. Like, none of that shit interested me. I enjoy seeing people smile. And most positions in this world are customer relations related. Just because you're flipping burgers at McDonald's, you still, unless you have a mask on these days, you're still there for the customer. Without them, you don't have a job. If I'm that much of a builder. I enjoy seeing things being built and done and created, which didn't seem like me either. I wouldn't mind giving tours for and hikes, guided hikes. But how much does that pay? Do I just find a meaningless job until the world opens back up? How long is that going to be? And I don't think it's going to be that long. I give it a year, but fuck, man. I can either spend this time doing a meaningless job and having fun, or spend it with that next career step. What is that? What does that look like? A lot of things that talking to kids, it's like, you want to see where you're going to be, you look at who you're surrounded by. And I see people in gyms or group fitness classes, and everybody's happy. They're all sweating and doing something productive together, and I enjoy that culture that comes along with it, and the people that come along with that culture. But I start to get a love-hate relationship the more I think about that kind of thing. Like right now, before this trip, I started hating the gym again. It was monotonous, just lifting weights, doing cardio, go home. Yeah, you feel better, but you need something different. And I've been looking to like switch gyms. That's one way to do it. I haven't even thought about working out since I've been here. And usually that's always on my mind, like, when am I getting my workout in today? So, I don't know. see what happens, you know. Got more of this trip. Today's Wednesday. We'll finish driving, listen to podcasts, and go from there. You know, I hate states with toll roads. Tennessee does not have toll roads. Florida does. And you know, before you know it, you're on the fucking road and you're paying tolls. Anyway, don't mind it, don't mind paying it. Obviously, I'm using your facilities.
Today's 7-Eleven meets mini golf heaven. Let's talk about that.
Sorry, that's a good myth of the morning that I accidentally just hit on my phone. So yesterday, Wednesday, today's Thursday, I went to Crystal Springs. hoping to see some manatees. And you know what I saw? Not manatees, because apparently they're not in season. Find that out the hard way, but you know what? That's what this adventure is all about. But there was plenty of statues of manatees, so I kind of saw a few. So that's cool, you know. I went and saw some marshy areas. I don't exactly know what to call that. Nice spots though, very beautiful spots. A lot of those fan boats. Is that what you call them? Fan boats? That make you go fast. Anyway, so that's what I did yesterday. Nothing too fancy. Today I'm on my way to Ocala National Forest to go walking around for a little bit. If I can, I'm gonna head up to a name that I can't pronounce and go to a wildlife forest, wildlife preserve, Okanafe Wildlife Preserve, I think it is. Right now I'm somewhere in Orlando. Thought about stopping by the NBA bubble, and I'm sure a couple teams need an extra guy. I could have been that guy, but I've got my shoes at home. I have my tennis shoes. I mean, baller's ball, shooter's shoot. I can do anything. I'm more of a defense kind of person, some wing perimeter defense. So we will see where today takes us. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling a lot better. This trip was very much needed. It's been such a weird year. My birthday's coming up, turning 30. It's the 30-ish trip. It hasn't really hit me. I don't feel 30, but I'm still feeling the effects of it. I don't know. Saying goodbye to the 20s. It's cool to look back if you look at it like decade to decade. I don't know. Yeah, this trip is much needed to reset the palette for the upcoming life to live. I'm young. I'm still young. It's hard to think like when football players get out of the NFL at, 35, 36, they have to start over. They have to find a job. And if they didn't graduate college and all they've done is play football, you're not going to go work a director of marketing at some firm. I don't know. I'm well-rounded. I have a lot going for me. Just got to put my best foot forward into the thing I want to do. I don't care about taking a step down and getting that drive and passion to really go for it. Just got to find that thing. What is that thing? So, alright, it's Thursday, day 4. Got Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday left. Make sure it is Thursday. Yeah, it's Thursday. For Friday and Saturday, I'm hoping to be up in North Carolina, Yellow Branch Falls, see some waterfalls and some actual mountain ranges. Florida's flat. It's different. I'm not enjoying the nature as much because it doesn't resonate with me. I'm just passing a sign that says Orange Blossom, and there's a band called JJ Gray and Mofro that has a song called Orange Blossom. They're from Florida, so it's kind of cool to see that. Anyway, yeah, I'll be happy to get a little bit more north. That's where I'm actually going to do more camping instead of hotel rooms and sleeping wherever. So let's see what today brings.